and the light. You see, for you to be completed, to go to real righteousness, or to true to perfect righteousness, you have to have the law packed in you, and as well as the faith. That's why the Bible says, here is the patience of the saints that keep the commandments of God and the faith in Jesus Christ. If you are not keeping the commandments of God, neither do you have the faith in Jesus Christ, then you are not a saint. And who is a saint? A saint is a righteous being. So to be considered a righteous being, you have to have the faith of Jesus Christ, and then you have to also keep the law. And how does the faith come? The Bible says in Romans 10 verse 17, it only comes by hearing of what is written. And what is that is which is written? It is the Bible. Now come to think of it, you say the 10 commandments is of Old Testament, but in the New Testament, Hebrews 10 verse 28, the Bible goes on to say, he who that hates the law of Moses dies without mercy. Now, considering that, okay, the law of Moses has been done away with, then how come in the New Testament the Bible is saying, or God is actually telling us, that if you do not keep the commandments of Moses, then you, who is not keeping the commandment of Moses, you will die without mercy, on the account of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses. Now, why does the Bible talk of 2 witnesses, if I might ask? You go to Revelation 11 verse 5, you find that God has planted 2 witnesses on earth, and the 2 witnesses, these they have got power that they can even make fire to come down from heaven itself. Now, which are these 2 witnesses that God has left on earth, or has put on earth? And then we get to find, when we continue reading, or once we gather much knowledge on the prophecy, with the prophecy thing, you get to find that the 2 witnesses that Jesus was talking about, or rather God was talking about, is the Bible. Now, the Bible is composed of 2 testaments, which is the Old and the New Testament. So these are the witnesses that God has put in place on earth, so that one day the earth and as well as the people will get to go to the light of God. So if you do not do any of the things that the first book is telling you, which is the Old Testament, because of course we know that the New Testament is only packed with everything that was believed in the Old Testament. No wonder the things that you get to find in the Old Testament are also repeated in the New Testament. And you're also going to find that when Jesus was tempted, when he was in the wilderness, when he was being tempted by Satan, he used the ways that was in the Old Testament to defeat Satan, which was written. Then you go on to say the Old Testament is done away with. Come on. Watch out for other part.